What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are doing well, and today in this video I just wanted to talk about the future in the form of our young people that are coming up. Now oftentimes when we do mention the youth, particularly when you hear and see things in the media, it's usually not, positive depictions of us, not always, but the things that always strike to mind are usually negative depictions and stereotypes of us, which seems to, at least from my perspective, starves us of our optimism when it comes to discussing the black community going forward, and it sort of saps the strength of us when we talk about us as a community going forward. But today is different. Today I came across an article and something that is known as the top 10 futures leaders list. Now what this is a list that has been compiled in which the criteria is as follows. You have to be a student to qualify for the list. You must be either of African or African Caribbean heritage, 25 years of age or under, in university education in the UK in any year, whether it's first, second or third or fourth. And currently you have to be on what is a 60% above grade average. That's like a 2-1 or above. Now, alternatively, if that's not the case, you should be doing a postgraduate degree, having already completed a first degree in which they've received at least a 2-1. So that's a standard that they've set for people to be on this thing that is called the top 10 futures leader list. So with that being said, as you can see the image that's on screen, you can see the images of the people and the names of those who have qualified for this futures list. Now, immediately when I first saw this, I did notice something, that you can see the ratio between men and women were 8-2 in the favor of the women. So definitely, ladies, for this year, big up to yourselves. You are definitely doing your thing. You are definitely making strides, and hopefully next year we'll see more of the men on this list just so that we are more represented. I also, when I looked at the names, the two men that you did see, based on their names alone, you can see that they were African heritage and not Afro-Caribbean heritage. So again, that's two things which I'm thinking hopefully next year, once the list gets recompiled and once another batch of people come through, we'll see that list changing. So no gripes, no sour grapes at all. Big up to everyone on this list, male or female, doesn't matter what ratio is. This is all my peoples right here. But I just wanted to, again, just to big up all of those, because it's something which I believe that we need to do more in these spaces, which is heavily promote people and shout up and shout out when it comes to the future of our people, particularly when it comes to, the good things that are happening, not necessarily the bad things. Again, too often when we hear these things, it's always about the entertainers and athletes and rappers when it comes to what they do to young people and how they have an impact in society, even though a lot of times I have, mixed feelings about that. But nevertheless, it's always about that sort of angle as opposed to necessarily just, in my opinion, the backbone of every community, which are people like these young people who are striving to reach, the upper echelons of society in areas such as business, education, and the like, those type of fields, which I believe every single community, if you look at it, that's the backbone of the society. Whether we agree with education or not, it definitely plays a huge part in parceling how our community is formed and how the image of our community is. Let's make no bones about it. Now, as you can see the image on the screen as well, you'll see also a little bit about themselves. You see, the school that they're attending. You'll see what they've done in their community outreach or any, extra things that they've done. And what you've noticed, and what I did, is that out of all of them, there was only 3 which were not doing STEM subjects. So again, not only can you see that they're very, very gifted young people, but you can see what type of people are going to be out there in the workforce and the sort of areas of expertise that they're going to be in, which is, again, areas which I've said in the past and which other people have said, which is something that we need to be shouting up about. We need to get into STEM, we need to dominate STEM, because they are, particularly going forward, the areas of power and influence that's going to definitely dominate the society. So again, big up to all those young people and big up to everyone on this list, whether you're doing STEM or not. And as you can see from their blurb, and what I will do, I'll definitely post the links in the description below for you all to take a look. But a lot of them have very, very much high aspirations as to what they want their future to be, as they should do. And I believe, again, we should be shouting loudly and proudly about all these things, because these are going to be our future doctors, engineers, and leaders and in their profession. And these are something which, younger people can hope to see as an inspiration, which will only hope to serve as a solid platform for us, that we can have that black British middle class that we've been crying out for, that's been lacking for so long, which is there in force and it's readily available so people can actually see. So that's all I wanted to share in this video. I just wanted to really bring that to light, because, a lot of times in videos you see certain stats and figures and it's always sometimes a bit of a negative angle. But you know what? No, I do want to shout proudly and loudly about these things. There's a lot of things that dare to be optimistic about as opposed to be pessimistic. And it's something that we should uplift our people and celebrate success like we should do. Because that's the thing I wanted to ask in this video. Do we celebrate success like we should do? Or do you only see a certain type of success that gets most of the praise? Because the work that these young people are doing and will have to continue to do after they've finished their degree, it's going to be a lot of hard work. You know, it's a lot of things which are, the things which aren't sometimes praiseworthy, they're not sexy, but it takes a lot of hard work to do what they're doing so far and continue in that same vein to make sure that there are, leaders in their profession and make sure that they can actually reach the goals that they're setting for themselves, because they're very high goals that they're setting. So I do believe that, we do need to have more spaces where we just praise these people and just shout loud about the successes that they have. But that's what I wanted to say today. That's what I wanted to share with you all. Let me know your thoughts on this situation. Do we shout loudly enough about successes like this in the way that they should do, just to give those people who are going through this situation the sort of the love and care that they deserve, and make sure that they're not forgotten, that they're not just, people who are just doing their degrees and it's expected. So let me know your thoughts on this issue. Subscribe, like the stream. Until next time, I'm out.